alternate routes are looking so very good. So our men are being positioned at strategic locations, strategic junctions, all the nooks and crannies out of BI to link Third Mainland Bridge so that the motoring public can have a smooth ride.
Okay,
at
so
the construction point.
Right.
At the construction point, they work over the night. Presently, I think they are waiting to asphalt it. It has been filled up presently, but it's still blocked.
At the moment.
Yes.
Okay, so but can you confirm? Do we still have the gridlock that we experienced about 2-3 days ago?
No. That has nosedived since yesterday, and we've been on top of it. So there is a tremendous improvement. No gridlock currently.
Okay.
As I said, it has been tackled head-on since yesterday.
All right. Okay, so for those who are to avoid that construction site and they want to make use of alternatives, can you just give us a lowdown? Where can motorists navigate through?
Yes, for those coming out from Victoria Island that want to link island, that want to link mainland, that want to make use of Third Mainland Bridge, that is, vehicles coming from Amadou Bello can divert via the service lane to Bonny Camp roundabout. Then from Bonny Camp roundabout, let them take a detour to Ozumba in Badiwe Road. Then from Ozumba to Akinadeshola to Law School. Then from Law School, they can link Falomo Bridge. Then from Falomo, they can connect Alfred Riwani to Osborne. Then Osborne to the Ring Road or the Third Mainland Bridge. Why motorists on Ozumba and Badiwe, they connect the route through Falomo Ram Bridge to Law School.
Okay.
And for those from Amadou Bello too, from Amadou Bello way,
no, just a second.
they can equally divert.
Just a second. Just a second. You need to take that again. Let's start all over again. So you said those that are coming in from Amadou Bello, they can divert.
From Amadou Bello,
yeah.
Let them divert via the service lane to the service lane.
Okay.
To link Bonny Camp roundabout.
Right.
Then from Bonny Camp roundabout, they can connect to Ozumba in Badiwe Road.
Okay.
Ozumba to Akinadeshola. Then from Akinadeshola to Law School to Falomo Bridge. Then from Falomo Bridge, they can navigate their way to Alfred Riwani to Osborne. Then getting to Osborne, they can connect the Third Mainland Bridge.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And then any other alternative apart from that?
Yes, another alternative, the same vehicular movement from Amadou Bello, let them divert to the service lane, let them get to Bonny Camp roundabout. Then from Bonny Camp roundabout to Ozumba and Badiwe, from Ozumba to Akinadeshola to Law School to Falomo. Then from Falomo, let them make use of the stretch of Awolowo Road to connect Randu Road. Then from Randu to Onikon, then getting to Onikon, they can find their way. Is either they make use of Eco Bridge from that end via Pogmo, or they connect back to Third Mainland Bridge.
Okay. All right. Okay, then I think it's getting clearer now. We'll continue to reiterate that during the course of the program as well. It's nice having you connect with us this morning.
Thank you so much, Victor. I'm glad to be with you.
Okay, then. All right. That's the General Manager of LASMA, Olalekan Okibakari, also helping us out with the travel advisory for those of us that would like to navigate through those corridors. All right, then. So that's the way it is. But Mike, let's quickly touch down on other locations around the city this morning. What's it looking like?
Okay, so far for motorists connecting the island via the Third Mainland Bridge, we've had it good coming from the rear. That's from the Baja end all the way down to the motorways. where we have that turning point. So approaching there, that's where motorists would have to slow down a bit. But beyond there, it's been a smooth drive all along, connecting the island via the Third Mainland Bridge. The stretch of the bridge itself looks very good to use, even at this point in time.
All right. That's very good. Ikorodu Road?
Yes, for Ikorodu Road. Well, except for the Mile 12 corridor, which has become a norm for, traffic build-up, especially during the peak period. Well, other areas to remain calm. So from Ode Oniri, that's where it gets really busy, connecting Mile 12, ascending and descending the bridge, and moving further towards Kushofe Iyano School. It's been quite busy on the entire stretch. But beyond there, navigating Ilele, K2 respectively, all the way to Ojota, Odialaro, Jesu Ingbo Independent Tunnel, connecting Anthony, Obanikoro, Onikman. We've had it pretty good. Between Igbobi and Fadi, it's quite busy on both lanes, but corridor down to Akbongbo, we've recorded a free flow of traffic so far. And the UBA Inner Marina corridors has been looking very good to ply. All
right, then. That sounds pretty good. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, what's happening there too?
Well, it's just a favorable flow of traffic so far based on the last report we got out during the 7 o'clock hour. We've had it good from the Yanokpaja end, navigating Goyi and moving ahead through Yano Dokbem, that's underneath the bridge, all the way to Cement. And just a slight traffic at Ajayi Farm, Inward National, a slight build up, but it's moving gradually. And beyond National, better movement continues, and some slight traffic approaching airport turning as well. But moving ahead towards the Bolade Oshodi end of town, it's been quite favorable. That's what we have gathered so far.
Okay, then. That sounds pretty good. Lekki Aja Corridor, any news from there too?
That's for the Beju-Lekki Corridor. That's the report we have. Well, it's been quite, I would say,
favorable?
There's construction along the Ogidon corridor, moving through LBS, Alasia, General Paint. But I understand despite that, movement is still fine, so it's good. Eleko Junction, all the way down to Igondo, Bogija, Oyaya, ShopRite. Traffic is still moving favorably along these corridors. And Lekki Garden, Phase 2, connecting Abraham Adesoya in and out. We've recorded good movement on that stretch. Ogombo, in and out, also looks very good to use.
Okay.
Now, Abraham Adesoya, navigating Aja underneath the bridge, Alesh, fast movement is what we have recorded so far.
Okay.
And underneath Aja Bridge, movement from there in and out of Ado Road, currently experiencing a perfect vehicular flow.
Okay, then. So we'll leave it at that. We'll get more feeds and we'll be serving more to you as you drive along. Any breakdowns to report this morning?
Well, amazingly, none has been reported.
Let's hope it stays like that, especially especially with the cooperation of Otedela, right?
Yes, well, we have one 40-feet container laden truck.
Where's that?
Okay, it developed a front tire problem.
Where's that?
This is at where exactly? Well, the report is not quite clear.
Okay, then we'll try and fetch that, and I hope it's not anyone that will be of serious.
Okay. Ojodo Badger, precisely Total Inward Badger Bridge, Total filling station. It's not affecting traffic in any way.
All right, then we're going to track that one as well, and we'll be serving you more helpings as they come in from time to time.
All right, so great conversations Friday morning. Dress down, is it?
Not dress down. It's going to be a double dose. So first off, we'll be touching down on our health, and we're looking at complications that could arise from diabetes. We'll be reflecting on that in the first segment of the program, and of course, parking matters today. We'll be connecting with the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency as we reflect on parking and the impact of parking on the environment. So that's going to be something that we'll be touching down on too.
That's during the 9 o'clock hour.
That's
parking
right.
Matters.
That's right. So Mike James has a bag full of news for us, and we'll also be celebrating those of you who are marking your birthdays.
So all that and more will come your way on Your Side Mirror with Victor Oteri. Stay here for more.
I'm an entrepreneur and a motorcycle enthusiast. Keep listening to Your Side Mirror on Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. It simply rocks.
is Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You're welcome to your side mirror this great Friday morning. Today is the 4th of April, the beginning of the month, really, and it is second quarter, undulating with vigor and vitality, and we are drifting along in a grand style. All right, then, it's time for you to just rev up your engines of possibilities as we drive on this year. All right, realize that sitting down and lazing around will not achieve results. It's all about sowing seeds of determination and resolutely pursuing those seeds by putting in some great actions. That's how results will be achieved. You're welcome. Victor Oteri is my name. Let's join Mike James right now as he takes us through the newspaper headlines.
Lagos. This morning on Newspaper Headlines, we shall be taking stories from The Vanguard. We'll also touch down on The Nation. We'll flip through the pages of The Guardian and The Punch newspaper. Let's not forget Alausa Alert. That's how we'll be wrapping things up. But then, let's begin from The Vanguard. Body judge to Tinubu. Nigeria's democracy at risk over Rivers. Natasha Saga. So former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP Chief Body Judge yesterday said the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State and the handling of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's allegations against Senate President Godswill Akpabio could lead to the collapse of the country's Fourth Republic. Judge, who said similar occurrences had in the past led to the collapse of the country's First and Second Republics, argued that the presidential system that Nigeria currently operates was worse than military rule. So you can read that from The Vanguard. That's our first story. And let's jump on The Nation. Court restrains police, DSS, from arresting Ehi Fubara's COS. So the Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, the state capital, has issued an order restraining the police, the Department of Security Services, DSS, Security Services, and others from arresting Edison Ehi, the suspended chief of staff to the suspended governor, Siminalayi Fubara. The court, presided over by Justice I.P.C. Igwe, issued the order in a motion brought before it by Ehi, who is the claimant. Why petition seeking Senator Natasha's recall failed by INEC? So the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said on Thursday that the petition seeking the recall of the senator representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Uduaghan, failed to meet the constitutional requirement, as only 43.86% of registered voters in the 5 local government areas signed the recall notice, and only 208,132 voters out of 474,554 registered voters in the constituency, representing 43.86%, signed the recall notice, as against the required 237,278, thereby putting an end to the process. And moving on, 7 billion naira petroleum products seized from oil thieves, bunkers, in first quarter. So troops of Operation Delta Safe and other joint military operations in the Niger Delta recovered over 7 billion naira worth stolen petroleum products in the first quarter of the year. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kanye, announced this yesterday at a press conference at the Defense Headquarters, DHQ, Abuja. The troops also destroyed 122 illegal refining sites and arrested 11 oil thieves and bunkers. Over to The Guardian. Lagos begins demolition of unapproved buildings. So the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LABCA, has commenced the removal of illegal structures across the state following expiration of the amnesty period granted by the state governor, Mr. Baba Jide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. In a statement made available to newsmen, the agency said the exercise began in Ogudu, where its officials enforced compliance with the state's urban planning regulations following the expiration of the amnesty period, which was extended to December 31, 2024, to allow property owners to regularize their documents. You can read that story from The Guardian. And moving on, EBAS cancels contract tenders, others refund of contractors. Now, the Rivers State Solar Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Victor Oteri, Ekwe Ibas, has cancelled all procurement and tender processes carried out by ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, under the suspended Governor, Siminalayi Fubara. In a statement signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibibia Worika, Ibas claimed that the decision was in adherence to the Supreme Court's judgment, upholding the appeal court ruling, and without an appropriation law in the state. So let's jump on the punch. We have some foreign news here. Trump's tariff threatens $10 billion U.S.-Nigeria trade. So the newly imposed 14% tariff by U.S. President Donald Trump on exports by Nigerian businesses presents a significant risk to the $10 billion annual exports to the United States, potentially disrupting key sectors such as oil export and agricultural trade. Experts and trade associations concerned about a potential global trade war stated on Thursday. The economic experts as Presidential Federation Cup, after scaling their respective round of 32 hurdles, and with 10 titles between them, Insurance 4 and Rangers 6, two of the most successful teams in Nigeria, will headline the battles in the next round of the country's oldest competition. All right, so let's see if we can jump on Alausa Alat in a beat. And from Alausa Alat.